like myself, welcome to Happy Hour Facial Time. It feels like I haven't done this in forever, like live, and I've missed all of you. So I'm glad to be back in the virtual kitchen bar, sharing knowledge of skincare and fun happy hour things. I'm not going to make a drink tonight. I did make myself a drink. I have some pineapple left over. We had Hawaiian burgers last weekend, and basically my husband Eric takes some teriyaki sauce and puts it in hamburger meat, and I eat deer meat, he eats hamburger. And he mixes it up and then cooks the burgers, and we have a slice of pineapple, Hawaiian buns, totally delicious. And so I had leftover pineapple, and I just threw full pineapple in there with ice, and this is my favorite coconut vodka. I'm going to be making a drink with this next week that I will share the recipe for you. It's one of my faves. And of course, the facial will be a mask again, and it will correspond with the coconut vodka. You don't have to have this brand of coconut vodka. You can have whatever kind of brand of coconut vodka.
You got VegWise MD has joined.
Hey, welcome. And so tonight, we are talking about microneedling. It is a treatment that you can have done in a medical spa or even a regular spa if they have the ability to do that. And then most of them are done more in a medical doctor aesthetic place. So, microneedling, what is that? It's where you roll little needles all over your face. I'm actually going to do that tonight. It is, let's say, not pain-free. So if you do have a high pain tolerance, you might be able to do this home treatment at home. I do have a friend, Amy, no last names mentioned, Pierce. Oh, did I say her last name? I'm shaming you. She has me do it to her when she comes to get to her facials because it does not feel great. So she brings her own little needler, and I roll her face for her during her facials. So, excuse my husband, he kind of coughed, named her, called her out. So.
No, I didn't, I just coughed. What are you talking about?
She's a good friend of ours. So it's a treatment to improve skin conditions like acne, hyperpigmentation, loose skin, large pores, scars, all sorts of things. Now, I'm not going to say acne and acne scars, only active acne. Don't be rolling it over active acne. No, don't do that. So, acne scars. And so fine lines and wrinkles. So,
Richard Fowler is watching.
Fantastic. Hey, welcome. So normally I start off with talking about the drink. I've already done that. Hopefully you have your beverage out there. Let's do a little happy Friday hour facial time. You know what this is missing? A beach. I mean, it's pineapple and coconut.
There's one right in front of the camera.
Beach, not
beach.
We click on each other all the time, so I think he's just being mean. We like to pick on each other. So that's my lovely cameraman, handsome as he is, working the cameras, aka Eric, my husband. So let's get back to rolling the skin with these needles. I have a couple of different brands. This is the one that I'm kind of in love with right now, SDARA. It's a microneedle Derma Roll that you can get on Amazon. Easiest place to get most stuff nowadays. So, what does this do? It stimulates your natural collagen. Collagen is our building blocks in the dermis layer. That majority they live in that base layer. When you're in skin aesthetics, as I am, and you're working with someone, you are taking off that top layer of epidermis. We do through massage and other things kind of work in the dermis layer, but not deep penetration. That is not what our license covers. So, we want to stimulate that area, and what that helps do that at home is this little guy right here. So you might see that I have this weird looking jar. It looks like it comes from a barber shop. We use this in aesthetics as well. I have one that I keep at home because I sanitize this before I do the treatment and sanitize after. If you do not have a jar of barbicide, 70%, there you go. You can do that. 10 minutes, you don't want to leave this in here. It will degrade even in the alcohol. It's not good just to leave your skincare tools in the actual solution. I've already treated this thing. I just put it back in here for show. It has a nice little case as well, like that, nice and neat.
Cody Nelson coming in from Seattle.
Fantastic, welcome, welcome, welcome. There's always room in the bar, so hang out.
Lee C001.
I love all these fun names because I still like unless I know you, it's like I don't know who that is, but welcome, welcome. We have plenty of room, plenty of room. So coming back to this fancy little guy, they're all different sizes. This one's a 0.25. So what does that mean? 0.25 millimeters. If you want to know what 1 millimeter is, like a 1.0 millimeter, if you took a dime and flipped it sideways and it has the little ridges, that is 1 millimeter. If you want to give it kind of a contextualized kind of idea of what that looks like. And so this is a 0.25 of that. This is really more of the baseline. You could start even lower than that, like a 0.15. It's actually suggested if you're going to do this at home to start at a 1.5. I'm sorry, 0.15, yes. And move up to a 0.25. You can go all the way up. So giving you a different degree of what this does. This is going to do for enlarged pores. So a 0.25 to a 0.5 will do enlarged pores. When you're talking about shallow acne scars, you're going to want to get up to a 1, but that's going to take some time for you to build that up. Skin discoloration, a 0.20 to a 1 point. So if you're working on, let's say, discoloration of the skin, and you also want to work on large pores, you'd be great with just a 0.25, which is kind of where I'm at right now. We're talking, you can do these for stretch marks, surgical scars. Again, you're going to have to look at the various degrees. Stretch marks, a 1.5 to a 2 point. Woo. Hopefully you're using that on different parts of your body than your face, because that would be really painful. Those needles are longer. And then surgical scars at 1.5, which gives you a good time, or a good framework to work in. Uneven skin texture, 0.5, so it'd be like double of this. And then, sun damage, 0.5 to a 1.5. So we all kind of have these different degrees of rollers. This one comes attached just as it is. It doesn't have a way to replace this. I do have another one that you can replace the different rollers in there. However, this part broke, and so I'm looking for another one, just the actual handle, because I got all the rollers. I just need the actual handle.
Ashley O'Neill and CC Davidson.
Hey, CC.
And do people have stretch marks on their face?
They can. You could probably definitely, if you, especially in this area, I mean, it would be really super noticeable because, but depending on really a weight where it's really large and come back. I mean, there could be really small degrees in the neck. I'm not saying like here, but in this area of the jawline. You would definitely have that pregnancy belly marks. You know how the skin and the thighs, I actually have some of those myself, where I've worked my thighs really large and muscular tone and then slimmed them out, and you have those little variant degrees of coloration of actually where the stretch mark's at. So.
Anna Strong is watching now too.
Awesome, hey Anna. So I'm gonna wash my face real quick, and actually I wanna get a really good roll. So I'm doing two things. I'm doing Mangosteen daily resurfacing, because it does help with enlarged pores, and I'm gonna do strawberry rhubarb Dermafoliant to get my extra scrub on. I want my skin really clean before I do this, and so it's going to penetrate even better. So I'm gonna get some water.
Kristen Stewart's watching.
Fun!
Wasn't she in the vampire werewolf movie Twilight?
Kristen Stewart, were you in the Twilight movies? My husband wants to know. Not that that name doesn't, have some familiar, like there's lots of Cassandras out there. There's actually a couple of Cassandra Smiths at one point. I had some really interesting dental stories about that. My name's not Smith anymore. That was my previous married name. It's now Benning, and I haven't run across any Cassandra Bennings yet.
Cece came in late and wants to know if you have a roller, because she wants one.
We can talk, girl. I can help you pick out the one that you want. And anybody on here, if you want to help picking out a roller for you, we can definitely just message me. We can like look together and talk about what you actually want to achieve. And we'll get it going. All right. Oh, I love a good scrub. I haven't scrubbed in a week, and it feels amazing. So, we talked about this before. Circle, 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 circle. Up, up. Massaging as you go. All right, I think there's enough of that. As Cece would say in yoga class, that's enough of that. I love it when she says that. So Cece is one of the yoga teachers for the Floating Lotus, as some of our other great teachers, SDARA, Whitney, Clay, myself. All right. Nice hard working. Okay, this is the fun part that is not really that fun. It's actually rolling the face itself. And so, how do you roll? How do you roll?
Deep penetration.
Eric's getting off on my little words tonight. He thinks they're fun and funny. Okay, so you got your roller. You've sterilized it. Those are key. You've got your face all cleansed, and then it becomes time, if you have it, you can use a numbing cream. I have a pretty high pain tolerance. I do my own Brazilian at home, so that gives you any kind of idea, like, got a pretty high pain tolerance.
Cece said she's never said that in her life.
I must have dreamed that in yoga. Okay, so I let my skin dry just a little bit. So you want to do vertical, horizontal, and I actually like to do W's because it's kind of like a little W action. So here we go. You can use a numbing cream, like I said. If you do choose to go that route, you're going to want to make sure it's completely off your face before you roll. So here we go. Oh, I haven't done this in a while. So I'm going up and down. And I'm just going to grid it out. So grid means I'm starting at sections and moving.
Oh, grid, G-R-I-D.
Yeah.
Not grit.
No. Well,
I'm
grid it
gonna
out.
grit.
I'm going to grit this out too, because this is a 2.5. I've used other things that are a little bit like a 0.5. Whew, that one's one I have to kind of brace for. 2.5 is not too bad. I'm as far as pressure I'm applying, it's just firm.
2.5 is half of, or 5 times 0.5.
0.25 is what I'm using. I have used a 0.5.
You gotta get your points
in the
right place.
This is a 0.25. Thank you, my cameraman.
And we got Debbie Barnes and Tracy.
Debbie, welcome. We're talking about microneedling. I think I skipped my grid. I was over here. I got excited because Debbie jumped on. Yay! Okay, I'm gonna pause for right in a moment. When you do this, I can already start to feel the tenderness, almost like the skin sunburned. So if that starts to happen for you when you do this, don't panic. There is going to be swelling, discomfort, redness. Some say bruising. I've never bruised myself. There's going to be dryness and flaky skin after the fact. So I was over here. I'm going to keep going. Okay, so when do the results show up? The larger pores, like I've gotten some that are happening right through here because I haven't done a microderm in a while on myself. I haven't done a chemical peel on myself in a while. And so the larger pore element, like for me right through here in the T-zone, the cheeks, will be evident by pretty much later tonight. Now, the other things, the skin color discoloration, the shallow acne scars, things like that, you want to give it some time. You're going to see the benefits of this, or I will, in 4 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks. Again, this does not feel comfortable, so hence maybe that's why I made a drink tonight. So I did the up, I'm going across, and we talked about vertical, I'm going horizontal now. They do have, the one that I have that has different size rollers, has one actually for the eyes itself. So you could actually go a little bit more closer to the eye area. I would not suggest that with this particular roller. And you can actually hear, I just felt it in my temple and actually heard it as well. You'll hear this like crunchy noise. It's where the needles actually, you can actually hear it penetrating the skin in certain areas. What do we do for like this beauty ritual? So, I don't know what the skin's looking like. I'm thinking it's probably a little pink.
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
More than a little.
Okay, more than a little. Again, slight swelling. Nice, okay. Yeah, I can see it. And then I'm going to do the neck. You can do full body with this, but neck, décolleté. I'm not going to necessarily get down to my décolleté. I am going to do just underneath because I did scrub there. Alright, so let's talk serums. How many of you out there are using a serum or even know what a serum is? So your two largest, biggest power punches in skincare, serums, masks. I'm not saying that cleansing and moisturizing and all that, they definitely are your foundation. But the things that are going to cause the most dramatic difference is your serums and your masks, along with the rest of your items that you're using. They're the ones that have the most concentrated bang in them, so that's why I'm saying masks and serums. So, what I have tonight is a marine flower peptide serum from Eminence. And then we also have Rosehip Triple C and E firming oil. I'm going to go with the peptides because, like I said, I haven't done anything to my skin in a while. And so I'm wanting to actually get some really good collagen builders in there. So it's made with a plant peptide with a smart collagen complex in there that's trademarked through Eminence himself. Eminence is a natural organic skincare line out of Hungary. Long history. They've been, I think they're in year 11 of top skincare line by Dermascope and a lot of other larger skin company that kind of govern all that. Not govern, what am I trying to say? Like the most popular in all the skincare industry, put it that way. So, we are going to build the collagen with the plant peptides tonight.
Leaders in the industry.
Leaders in the industry, yeah. So Eminence is leader in the industry, 11 years in a row with the favorite skincare line. All right. I'm kind of attached to skin needling right now. Okay, enough of that, as Cece would say and doesn't say. I love you, girl. I love all you guys out there in the virtual world. And I wish you were all here. Like I say every Friday night that I do this, I wish you were all here hanging out and we were all having a drink together. But we are doing this virtual. I'm having my drink just like you. Yay. Mine's my beach drink.
Debbie Barnes wants to know, how long do you do that?
The derma rolling? The derma rolling, microneedling, excuse me.
Have another drink.
Have another drink. Yeah, I've had just this and yeah. I do this vertical, horizontal, and then just make sure I get a good, maybe I do the little, like the W's, until the face is covered. That's pretty much however long that takes you to do that. Sometimes you might have to take breaks, depending on what kind of needling you're doing, like the size of the needles itself, and how deep the penetration of the actual needle into the skin is, because the larger needles we talked about, bigger results for lots of different more deeper things like deeper acne scars, things like that. But they're going to be a little bit more into the skin, so it's going to not feel as comfortable. This 0.25, 0.25 is not that big of a deal. But even that, someone might need some numbing cream. So.
Do you like Go
You can
over
put-
the
yes.
same spot like 5
Okay.
times?
Yeah, let's talk about that. If let's say the small lines there, you could go over that a little extra if you wanted. Especially in a smaller needle.
Is there a minimum number of times you would want to go over any specific area? Like if an
If
area
it's
that's
a
not
large-
a big deal?
Yeah, so if it's not, let's say an area that you're really not, let's say like this area right through here or something. That's not really, maybe unless you had like some skin discoloration or shallow acne scars. Let's just put it in this concept. If you have a place that needs concentration, you can do it over and over again, but I wouldn't like be excessive and do it for like 10 minutes. Let's say no more than 5 passes. So you've got your vertical grid that you're gonna do your horizontal grid, maybe a W. There's to say you do all 3 of those throughout the entire face, 3 rounds. Then if you want to come back on certain areas and do 2 more passes, let's say 5, just to give an idea. And that's with a 0.25. If you're doing it with a higher needle, you're only going to need the 3 passes and that's it. Unless you're actually going to concentrate on one little area, maybe a 1 more pass on that one little small area. But I wouldn't go gangbusters on over and over again.
What if it's on the body and not the face?
The body, your skin's a little bit more thick, and so you should be able, and this actually is a skin thickener, so once you start doing this every 6 weeks, the skin will thicken up as well. But yes, on the body, like if you're going to do your thighs or something like that, or your belly for stretch marks, you can totally do a larger needle, and I would say 3 passes to start, and then feel it out, because those needles are larger, because the skin's tougher, and so 5, I wouldn't go past 5. Govern yourself in a way that's smart. Just because you do something like, for instance, let's take it to exfoliation. I want to bulldoze my face off because I want new collagen to come up. That's not a good thing. You should definitely exfoliate, but not overdo it, because what you're going to do is you're going to cause a lot of over dryness in your skin and actually cause maybe some sensitivity, and for some of the more acneic, we're going to have more acne with too much exfoliation. So I'm about to apply my serum because I'm feeling like my body needs it. So you do not need to put chemicals on the skin. Make sure that if you're putting a serum in, because basically you just punch toes all in your face, and there's going to be a deeper penetration of your actual serum, which is a good thing. But if you're going to put something in that it's heavily chemical, not a good thing. So, that feels so good. So, I got the marine flower peptide. It's got some algae extract, the plant peptides that are in here. Fantastic. I'm actually going to do another drop of that. And I'm going to, when the second drop, I usually don't use that much serum, but I can already tell that it just like sucked it right up. So I'm going to take a little bit more. And so then, I actually am going to follow up with this oil, the foaming oil too, because I'm feeling that my body, or face in general, hasn't had a treatment like this in a while. And it's like, woo, let's do some more. And I love a good oil. So this has got a triple C and E oil. And so Rosehip, super high in vitamin C, and then you have extra C in there, and then the vitamin E. And I'm just going to press this. Pressing it in. And I'm going to pay attention around the eyes. So another thing about microneedling is that tomorrow for me, probably from until 6 o'clock tomorrow night, so all day tomorrow, and probably even the next day. So I'm looking at Saturday and Sunday, not wearing any sunscreen because of the titanium dioxide and the zinc. Any kind of sunscreens out there, that's just the components that are in there. And I don't want that necessarily dropping into the skin, so I'm going to skip applying sunscreen for the next 2 days, which means Either I'm going to be very limited in my sunshine tomorrow, or I'm going to be like full on hat and sunglasses, completely hidden. If I do any kind of walking the dogs or out gardening, I have a big huge hat and not spending a lot of time. Because even though you're covered, there is reflection coming up from the earth back to you. Like if you're out doing something that, like walking and you're on the sidewalk, there is reflection back up to you. So, all right. I'm gonna love this once it settles down. And see your hair you have left over, you can rub it around. I am having a little bit of dryness spots on my elbows because we've been doing forearm plank. So it's a plank on your forearms. The whole month this month was core yoga, and so we were all the way up to holding for 2 minutes and working in this next few days before the end of the month, working up into 3 minutes. And then we'll have a new focus next month of a pose and body part. So I am so excited that you showed up tonight. Next week, I'm making my ultimate favorite drink in the summer, and that involves coconut water, which will be the base of our facial next week. So if you love coconuts, I hope you should join us. So you'll need coconut water, and I'll drop in later in the week in the Floating Lotus accounts, Instagram and Facebook, what you'll actually need for that facial next week. But the drink is coconut yumminess with coconut water, coconut vodka, lemon. There's a little lemon sour in there. Oh, it's so good.
Hey, Kenley, 5:30, not 6.
Oh, Kenley! Oh, girl, I know that you do that. I love you for it, though. Yes, 5:30.
Oh, we have Marie Geringer. Coconuts are my favorite.
Fantastic. Well, next week will be a coconut facial and a coconut drink that I will make. It's one of my favorite recipes for summertime. So make sure you get you some coconut vodka. It does not have to be this. I think Burnett's, makes a coconut vodka. I just really love, this is like 5 distilled. It's distilled 5 times, so it's really clear. And I usually keep it in the freezer. And I finished it out tonight. I had about this much left. And it is now in my pineapple drink. So I'm going to cheers my husband as I'm cheering you all. And I hope that you have a fantastic Friday night. Mwah.
And bye, Crynola, that just joined also.